Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to touch a little bit on today on the fear when you do this work. I've had several people who have written to me who want to do this very much, but they can't get rid of the fear. Number one, education will remove the fear. When you have a better understanding of how all this works and you understand that only good resides on the other side, you embrace the understanding and the belief that spirit does not have the ability to jump into your body or take over your body. You're always in control. You need to educate yourself, and that's going to remove the fear. If you can't remove the fear, then you shouldn't do this work. And I have had to, over the years, remove a few people from my classes because I could see there was such fear embedded in them. And that comes from a lifetime of watching these horror movies, of reading these articles about possession and haunted houses, and none of that is credible, none of that is true. I always say to people, show me. Don't show me in the middle of the night. I've had many phone calls where they say they want me to go to this hospital or this prison in Pennsylvania or New Jersey or New York, and but it always has to be in the middle of the night with special lighting and special music, and spirit doesn't only come out at night, trust me. Spirit steps in whenever we need them to step in. That's the way it works. God's always in control. God doesn't need any help getting someone to the light. So, this nonsense of trapped spirits out there, it's such a money-making racket. It just appalls me. It just appalls me. So, again, if you want to do this work, you have to remove all the fear connected with it. And the one way to remove the fear, the only way to remove the fear, is to educate yourself. I had a lovely person who came to the center on a regular basis. She wanted very much to do this work, but such fears were in her, and every week she would come, and every week she would give an example of how spirit would attack her or touch her or or frighten her, and they don't have the ability nor the desire to do that. When the soul leaves the body, we go to a beautiful place. We step into the next dimension. We live in God's love and light eternally, unless we choose to come back for a higher calling. And that's the only reason I believe people come back, for a higher calling. That's why I often will tell, it's rare that I do a reading and I don't explain and I don't say to them, if you have an opportunity to sit behind a closed door with Albert Einstein or a closed door with somebody who is mentally or physically handicapped, choose the door with the person, the mentally or physically handicapped person, because they're going to teach you what's really important in life, which is love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, acceptance, because we really only learn things in this life through the hard times. We don't learn anything through the good times. We learn through the things that bring us to our knees, or we learn through other people's sufferings. That's what touches our heart. That's how we learn, okay? So again, if you want to do this work and you want to do it properly, you have to educate yourself. And when I say educate yourself, you have to make sure you go to the right people, because there's a lot of people out there who just, they embed fear in you through their teaching, and that's wrong. So you want to go to the right people. And if you want, if you're not able to come to my workshops, then certainly I always highly recommend The Journey Within, which is located in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey, the Reverend Janet Nohavec. She has a school of mediumship, and I learned from her. Rose Vanden Enden, who resides in Blue Ash, Ohio, another outstanding teacher and medium, and Sharon Klingler, who in the summertime lives in Lilydale, New York. The rest of the time she lives in Ohio, and she teaches. And of course, Lilydale, New York is outstanding. They're open from the beginning of June until the end of September, and all of their teachers there are just amazing. People come from all over the country, all over the world really, to take classes in Lilydale, New York, and I'm so honored to teach there. Again, I'll be teaching another class in July, and I'll talk more about that later on, but that's another place where you can go, and they take in people that are credible, that are real, and so you want to go to the right people. That's just as important. To go to the wrong person, Jamie Eckes, she's another person who's really good. She lives in New Jersey, and she's an outstanding medium and teacher as well. So we don't always all agree on everything, and we don't have to all agree on everything. We all have a respect for one another, but all of us, that I mentioned so far, really teach in a very credible way, a real way. And I believe, even though I'm the only one who calls myself a spiritual evidential medium. I believe that they all are on the right path spiritually, or I wouldn't mention them. I'll only give out names here or mention people or refer. If you want a referral to your area, I'm happy to do that, but it's only people that I feel that are doing it in God's way, the right way. Okay, so just a little bit on doing this work and removing the fear, and how you can remove the fear with all of it. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day, and as always, I leave you in God's love and light.